Hello everyone, Bubbling Moon back again, this time with another LoliRock Recap. Thank you for your patience waiting on this series, and today we're in for a treat because this is my least favorite episode of Season 1. If you like this series and you look forward to hearing me talk about more episodes of LoliRock, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And with that out of the way, let's start talking about this train wreck of an episode. Talia and Kyle sitting in a tree. The episode starts off pretty well. Talia's teaching Iris a new spell. This time it's a spell to control beasts by whispering in their ears. And Iris has a pretty good question.
What if it doesn't have any ears?
The spell's giving Iris some difficulty. It must be pretty hard to stay on the back of a giant ferocious monster and recite a spell at the same time. And Ariana, being the adorable slacker that she is, decides, now's a good time for a smoothie break. And Talia, as usual, is the only one with her head screwed on straight.
No, we don't have time for a smoothie break.
Seriously, they're trying to save their home planet and be in a band at the same time. They seem to have a lot of time for extracurriculars. While they're enjoying their smoothies, Missy comes in manhandling the newest town resident. And this is where the problem begins.
This is Kyle.
Missy brings over Kyle because she's trying to make Nathaniel jealous, as if he ever looks at anyone other than Iris. And Kyle immediately falls in love with Talia. I mean, it's just an instant crush. He looks over at her once and just decides that she's the one. I know this seems petty and whatever, but I personally feel like Talia would be aromantic. And even if she's not aromantic, I feel like she would be more invested in saving her home planet, more worried about getting back to her sister, reclaiming her kingdom.
Please, I don't have time for boys.
I know that if my family was held captive in the Castle of Friendship by Lord Voldemort, I wouldn't even think twice about dating, much less such a useless character. I truly cannot stand how little this episode tells us about Kyle. And just like true best friends, Iris and Ariana immediately start teasing Talia about Kyle liking her.
Someone has a boyfriend! Kyle likes you!
They also immediately start pushing the two of them together. They haven't even asked Talia if she likes Kyle at all. Honestly, this is a rare instance in this show of some bad friendship at play. I just don't really like it when friends try and force you to go out with somebody or goad you into dating somebody. It's never fun when that happens to you. At least it wasn't to me. God, I don't miss high school. Talia puts her foot down and she makes it very clear that she is not interested in a relationship and she does not want him to come and hang out with them. And for some reason, this just makes Kyle like her more. I can't stand this mindset. Back at their house, Iris just can't leave well enough alone. She's still pushing the matter of Talia maybe dating Kyle.
Let me repay you for teaching me the Crystal Whisper spell by teaching you how to act with boys. 1, you still haven't perfected the spell. 2, I know how to handle boys.
As much as I love Iris, this is a truly upsetting scene for me. Talia brings up that this might be a trap set by Mephisto and Praxina. And yeah, that does sound a little bit paranoid, but Iris says that she's being too cautious for her own good. Excuse me, little miss, will accept a crystal gift box from anyone, but maybe you could use a bit more caution in your life. During parts of this episode, Ariana and Iris are really being insufferable. Kyle calls Talia, and it turns out that the girls gave him her phone number without even asking her, which is way uncool in my opinion. And then Kyle shows up and gives Talia a present. I know this might just be me, but I don't like receiving gifts from people that I literally just met. It creates this kind of weird obligation between the two of you. It makes me so uncomfortable because, like, yeah, you gave me something and now I guess I owe you my time and attention.
This is highly inappropriate. We don't even know each other.
It's just creepy to me. But oh joy, it turns out that Talia actually really likes the gift, and she might just like Kyle too. Great. Look, I'm not knocking romance, right? I love a good romance and everything, but we already have Iris and Nathaniel and the ever boy crazy Ariana. Do we really need the third member of this group to be in a relationship? Isn't the relationship quota kind of filled? Like, to me, Talia is the leader of the group. Iris might be the most important member, but Talia is clearly in charge in most situations, and I like her as kind of a girl boss who doesn't have time for frivolous things like romance and has more of a serious side than the other two. And giving her a weird teenage romance just kind of waters that whole thing down. Maybe I could have warmed up to Kyle if he had been there from the beginning, or if it was more of a slow burn, but by the end of this episode, they're just kind of dating, like Iris and Nathaniel are kind of dating. But as it turns out, Mephisto and Praxina do have a plan that involves Kyle. They have kind of a doppelganger monster that's pretending to be him. Kyle actually does like Talia, but the doppelganger monster is also trying to lure Talia into a false sense of security so that I guess they're trying to crush her spirit and make her sad and upset. This plan is not really great. They've come up with better plans in the past, and they'll come up with better plans in the future. This one was pretty stupid, actually. But we do get a shot of Praxina being cute.
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?
And I love Praxina and Mephisto. They're always the best. But they have the big battle in the arena. Iris demonstrates her mastery of the Crystal Whisper spell, and this seems like a very useful spell. I can't wait to see how many times they bring it back. The girls win, obviously, and they get an Oracle Gem. So Kyle wasn't completely useless. But seriously, this episode has told us absolutely nothing about Kyle. I know that he appears in one more episode in the future where he's in a robot competition, and so is Talia. What does this episode tell us about Kyle other than the fact that he's new in town?
I am homeless. I am gay. I'm new in town.
And just likes Talia. We already have one love interest whose only characteristic is being in love with one of the main girls. And his name is Nathaniel. So yeah, I'm gonna go back to pretending that this episode just does not exist. Because Kyle appears so infrequently in this show, it was kind of pointless to put him in here at all, and it's very easy to ignore him. So that's what I'm gonna do. I hope you enjoyed this episode of LoliRock Recap. Be sure to tell me in the comments what you thought of this episode. Do you like Kyle? Do you think he's just as pointless as I do? Do you want the show writers to just completely write him out of Season 3? Be sure to let me know that, and if you have any shows that you want me to review or any ideas for videos that I could do, I'm always checking the comments. I hope you're all having a spectacular day and enjoying some great mental health. That pretty much does it for me. Peace out.